Russian dictator Vladimir Putin disgraced himself by publicly telling about the breakthrough of the Russian armed forces to the Sumy region. This operation turned out to be a failure. The Russian sabotage and reconnaissance group was destroyed. The Russian Z-Resource Northern Channel, which is associated with the Russian armed forces, spoke frankly about this. He accused the commanders of the Russian armed forces of setting up Putin. According to Z-Channel, there have been several attempts to break through the border into Sumy Oblast recently. None of them were successful. The fighters of the 83rd Brigade have been visiting Sumy Oblast relatively regularly over the past month. In mid-January, 10 of our fighters were captured there, then actively distributed this video. Recently, they also went to Zuravka, which is 400 meters from the border. The guys did not return from there. Our group of the 83rd Brigade entered Sumy Oblast and was destroyed, the Russian resource wrote. He specified that the 83rd Assault Brigade of the Russian Armed Forces was tasked with breaking through to Sumy region and cutting off the Ukrainian Armed Forces logistics routes to Sudza on February the 15th to the 18th. The task was not completed. At this very moment, the 810th Marine Brigade north of Gwevo is conducting an assault. This is a real setup. The Marines were pretty badly battered, but they were also transferred to that area. Nothing good can come of this. What are they reporting to the president? Z-Channel wrote. It should be noted that Putin's words were also refuted by Dmitry Likovy, an officer of the main communications directorate of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. He noted that the Russians tried to advance across the border in the Nikolaevo-Daryino-Zuravka section. There, they were met by the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and the enemy sabotage and reconnaissance group was defeated. There is no reason to panic, the officer assured. The head of the Center for Countering Disinformation under the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine, Andriy Kovalenko, said that success of the Russian armed forces near Kursk, which the military reported to Russian dictator Vladimir Putin, does not actually exist. There is no large-scale offensive of the Russian army in the Kursk direction. Kovalenko, commenting on his words, reported that last night a Russian sabotage and reconnaissance group tried to penetrate the Sumy region. They were met by the Ukrainian armed forces and destroyed. He specified that enemy sabotage and reconnaissance groups regularly attempt to break through the border. The Ukrainian Defense Forces now have to fight them. A group of Russian troops that would be capable of carrying out a large-scale offensive on Ukrainian territory does not exist at the moment. Putin's information about a large-scale offensive by the Russians is a lie, the head of the center assured. Britain is ready to send Typhoon fighter jets to patrol the skies over Ukraine to help ensure peace. According to The Times, British officials discussed how security guarantees could be met without requiring